Continuing trade manual, trade doc manual, 600, 604 PAM, initial entry training soldiers, chapter 3. Chapter 3 standard code. Homosexual conduct policy. Do not ask, do not tell, do not harass. Sexual orientation is private and personal matters. Sexual orientation alone does not bar enlistment or continued service in the Army. Homosexual conduct and other hand incompatible with military service. DoD is defined as the three types of homosexual conducting statement, act, or marriage. Statement can be conveyed by language or behavior and indicates propensity, likelihood to engage in homosexual acts. The soldier can present evidence that he or she does not engage in homosexual acts, does not have to propensity or intent to do so. Actor and to an act and any bodily contact actively undertaken passively permitted between the person of the same sex and person of satisfying sexual desire. Any bodily contact, for example, hand slowing down, kissing, for reasonable personnel should be understanding, demonstrating propensity and intending to engage such a bodily contact. The marrying or attempting to marry a person of the same sex. Army basic policy: do not ask, do not tell. But the policy means does not harass. The Army individual soldier have the responsibility not to ask the homosexual orientation. Do not tell. Soldiers do not have to disclose sexual orientation. If the soldier discloses the orientation, it may be used to separate them from the Army. Do not harass. Soldiers will not harass a soldier based on a sexual orientation or conduct. Commanders will initiate inquiries into the homosexual conduct only when he or she received the capable information that there is a basis of discharge. Credible information does not exist. For example, whether it is one or mere suspicion, rumors, opinions, association, behaviors, association with known homosexuals, frequenting the homosexual alternative lifestyle, reading homosexual publications, participating in homosexual rallies and civilian clothes, remembering the rules for sexual orientation alone in the bar and entry of the conduct, continued military service. However, reveal the homosexual conduct you observe yourself up in the question of by the commander, adverse actions such as administrative separation. Harassment of the soldier based upon the sexual orientation conduct is appropriate. The harassment includes oral comments or undue derogatory references, language, jokes about homosexuals, Jody calls about homosexuals, anonymous calls or emails. Harassment should be reported in chain of command other than channels. Commanders and investigate, take an appropriate action, protect the safety of the soldier on each of the duty. Each case will be treated individually depending on the facts. If a soldier has a concern of the unfortunate discussion issue regarding the homosexual, the chain of command, they can discuss the matter's confidence with either legal assistant attorney or chaplain. Soldiers' harassment may not be considered accurate until verification. When the soldier harassment commander is not an admissible homosexual, the commander should not be regarded as such. Threats and harassment based on soldiers perceived an alleged homosexual does not by itself constitute credible information justifying inquiry about homosexual conduct for the harassed soldier. Homosexual conduct remains incapability with military service. All soldiers, including those suspected of being homosexual, preparing separation of homosexuality, deserve to be treated in dignity. Every soldier has the right to expect treatment when consists of the core Army values: safe, securing, living, working environment, support of the chain of command. 314. Dignity and respect. Respect is one of the 7 blocks of the Army values. All soldiers will be treated in dignity, respect at all times. All soldiers will be also afforded the same secure environment to which they live in the work. Remember the golden treatment. Treat all officers of you wish and treated however you want to be son or daughter to be treated. If you're a victim of harassment and threats, if to resolve it yourself, the treatment continues. Report to the chain of command. Commanders are entry to the level and appreciation, appropriate action to prevent the harassment, threats, and provide safe and securing living, working environments. Treating individuals with dignity, respect promotes compliance with the Army policy concerning sexual harassment, racial, gender, and equality, homosexual consideration, or other core Army values. Other than enjoys worldwide and earned reputation with the fighting fiercely, treating people with dignity and respect, and most continuing the tradition. Rape, sexual assault, and prevention. A sexual assault is defined as intentional sexual contact characterized by the use of force, physical threat, or abuse of authority. The victim does not cannot consent. This sexual includes in the rape, consent, non-consensual sodomy, oral, anal sex, incidental, unwanted, inappropriate sexual contact, fondling, and attempts to commit these actions in occurrence with any type of relationship, including marriage. Sexual assault and criminal offensive capability of the Army. Higher standards professional discipline. Sexual assault committed by soldiers degrades the mission, the readiness, and the vast Army ability to work effectively as a team. Commander, supervisor, perpetrators will appropriate disciplinary action, administrative action. Male and female soldiers cannot commit rape. Types of rape, including the physical, constructive rape, the acquaintance rape, or marital rape. Suggesting actions and prevent the becoming of the victim. Be aware of surroundings. Be careful to not indulge in alcohol. Only in lighted areas after dark. By the time of the rapist, by time when the rapist, by talking, attract help, attention, report misconduct. Do not be intimidated. Soldiers can report sexual assault by either restricted reporting, unrestricted reported. Restricted reporting allows a soldier to end his sexual assault victim confidentially to disclose details of his or her essential, specifically individual will receive medical treatment consignment with triggering of official and investigated process. Soldiers who sexually assaulted desire restricted reporting. The policy should be report assault of the sexual assault response coordinator, the SAS, the SARC. Installation with the unit of the victim, advocate, chaplain, military health care provider. Unrestricted politician or unrestricted report allowing the soldier who is sexually assaulted to desire medical treatment, consulting the official investigation of his or her allegation to use the traditional reporting channels of the chain of command of law enforcement, healthcare providers. Details regarding the incident will be limited by only the person who legitimately needed to know. If you are a victim, you should go to the safe place where a phone is available. Call the local or military police. Avoid showing, douching, changing the clothes, straightening up the site. Avoid showering, douching, changing clothes, or straightening up the site where the victim, since they may be affected subsequent investigation that may occur. Go directly in the hospital and have the hospital notified for you. Call someone for the chain of command, a friend of the rape helpline, social work services. When assisting, you should be listening with victim to say, sympathize, do not the victim, it caused to help happen, support the victim to that indecision. If efforts to report the victim, encourage them to talk to professional counselors. 316 soldier stress resolution. You can make it. 316 soldier stress and resolution. Resilient attitude. You can make it. A soldier in the Army, whether than training in or in combat, will face challenges every day, especially when they are in a new place with new rules. A successful soldier is often one who has bounced back and adapted to change. However, the people with difficult events change their lives. All you need to do is face life's problems with resilient attitude. Resilience is simply bouncing back with positive outlook to overcome difficult challenges. Being resilient does not mean you don't have to feel fear or pain. We are afraid or sad at times. We are not human otherwise. And what to do to accomplish in the mission of your fears of the account. Resilience is not to be inborn. The attitudes and skills can be learned, developed in any one soldier. Learning the resilient may be mentally tough, and then never to quit, never accept defeat, and through realistic training. Common causes of fear, sadness, being aware of the home loved ones, especially in the first time part of growing up, making it critical first step. Uncertainty, changing in sleeping, food, and clothing, and schedules, and personal habit. Fears for failure, having difficulty keeping up with everybody else, coming up with the abusive child. Everyone reacts in events in different ways. The most common normal reaction will have the sleeping poorly, not eating well, feeling angry, sadness, hope, feeling like you want to quit or run away. There are constant positive actions you can take. Help yourself, connect with family and friends. Stay connected with your family, friends where they care about and with listen to help you. You're strong. Well, the right letters you will so you will get the letters, call to the text, email friends or family whenever authorized. Keeping things in balance, trying not to see every problem unsolvable or disaster. You can change how you feel about an event, even if it really is the end of the world. Your value change is the part of the growing of becoming the end of an adult, changing the positive support, sometimes negative impact of you and attitude, and that you can help the silver lining. For example, you may have muscles at first, but you're going to be getting stronger every week. Keeping your eyes on your goal, whether you want to be in life, whether you need to spend hours and thousands of hours learning a skill that skills they will be needed, and everyone else will be feel tired and frustrated and sore. Develop some small goals with one thing you can do better. Think about joining. If you think about why you joined the Army, whether you're joining the service and to America, getting a good job, getting money from the college, then your short-time basic training is helping you to get the goal. Take positive corrective action. The positive action, rather than ignoring problems, wishing they would just go away. Important, the issue and the immediate solvable is not positive for help. While writing a letter, making a phone call, taking a friend to the chaplain. If you feel overwhelmed, remember the strong soldier asks for help. Army for many resources for all kinds of problems. Talk to the drill sergeant. And if you feeling nervous, overwhelmed, stop with what you're doing. Take three deep breaths, tense all your muscles into 10 count, then relax it, repeat 10 times. Growing for experience. You may find that becoming a stronger struggle with working hard, overcoming obstacles, making you feel better yourself. You can improve to do them better next time. When you make a mistake, you will make a mistake, and how you can fix it. Believe in the work, save the positive. Believe in yourself. Believe positive about yourself. I'm the survivor. I can adapt to overcome, improve, and to win through the situation. I'm learning new things, developing confidence and ability to solve problems. You are the fewest, brightest, and the Americans' ability to the Army. Take care of yourself. Take care of you. An empty pitcher can pour milk. An empty pitcher cannot pour milk. Sleep, food, water, critical to thinking clearly, never making an important decision whether when you're tired, hungry, angry, sad, not hungry. Eat something in a way, do not liking new food. Or eat something you would like, but just eat something. Guess what? Your food taste will change in a few days. Ask for help, preparing to make sacrifices for the things people believe in, just like your parents. What do you believe in? Go to church, take the battle buddy, drill sergeant, chaplain. No one is alone. They are all kinds of soldiers, civilians standing to help you. Whether the chaplains, counselors, doctors, experts to some area, the pay for family resources. If the example you abusive child, you consistent patterns. Risk behaviors apart. Smoking, alcohol, drug abuse, bad relationships, legal troubles. There's help available. Everyone will find world is unfair, and some days one of them may find that bad things are good people. The important thing is not being trapped. Define yourself as a permanent victim, but instead for the ways that can change your life in the positive directions you can make it. In a few short works, the graduation parade. Feeling happy that you're proud and the privilege of the soldier, the parents, friends, and will cheer for knowing that it's tough and that you will do tough as well. Remember the fellow soldiers need to decide that the team succeeds in winning each battle. Suicide prevention 317. Some soldiers get overwhelmed by all things that are happening to them, impulsive decisions to harm themselves or hurt herself or someone else. Always take immediate action to take deal with someone authority, regardless whether they are thinking about losing a friend or building up whether they do not belong. Getting someone in trouble. All soldiers is a responsible personal courage, loyalty, and the fellow soldiers to help them them not to be harmed. The threat of harming them others an important warning signs and made I think that the soldier is kidding. Never take the threats lightly. Never medical for your buddy before. Get medical help for your buddy before they get to the stage of thinking there's no way out of the possible problem to solve their problems. Suicide prevention of adapted for the American Psychological Association. The road to resilience. With the permission, you can do the possible suicidal prevention aid. Do not be afraid to ask. Are you thinking about hurting yourself? Intervene immediately. D. Do not keep the secretly. 5 things to say to possible suicide persons. I hear you. I understand. I care about you. You're not alone. You're going to get together. Let's get together and get someone to help you. For things, nothing to say to possible suicide personnel. personal. The 5 things not to say to possible suicide persons. You'll snap out of it. It's just a phase. Stop being selfish. You're trying to get attention. You're jerking. You're a jerk. Everyone has problems. For not that also to rely want to die, even with the saying that they just don't don't know what else to do. Follow the acronym LIFE. All the 4 steps of an acronym LIFE are equal importance to the following steps together. L. Locate drill sergeant charges the quarter staff duty non-commissioned officer chaplain doctor nurse friendly family crisis center hospital emergency room whenever it takes obtaining help. Inform drill sergeant chain command chaplain assistant medical personnel. F. Find someone to stay in the person to get help to go for help while they stay with them. Expedite. Locate the help immediately a suicidal person and immediately attention for the trained personnel. Trained professionals. Harming yourself or others permanent mistake of the temporary problem. Suicide thoughts are usually temporary, although they might seem unhappiness and will never end. It is important to realize that crisis solutions are found in situations, feelings, changes, unexpected positive events occur when you think that someone was one true love forever, but you will love again. You can find ways to adapt, overcome, and solve problems. Ethical decisions. Your decision that you make the far-reaching effect of yourself and your unit and the Army. If you make the ethical decision, the ethical decision complies with the spirit, letter, and the laws, regulations governing ethical conduct of 7 Army values. The ethical decision process involving making yourself following the question, following up the action. What problem am I facing? What are my choices? What choices are consistent with the Army values and regulations? Make your decision, execute your plans in the making ethical decisions. Soldiers may be familiar with law regulations governing the ethical conduct. Executive Order 12731 and set forth the following 14 principles of ethical conduct, summarizing ethical law regulations, and military personnel must follow public service and public trust, requiring employees to place loyalty into the constitutional law, ethical principles, and the private gain. Employees should not finance interests with a conflict of consensuous form of duty. Employees shall not engage in financial transaction of non-public information to allow improper use of such information for any private interest. D. An employee should not expect impermitted standard ethical conduct, solicit, and accept for a gift or other any monetary value for any of the persons seeking for official action for doing the business conduct of activities regulated in the employee's agency, interest, and substantial effect of the performance and non-performance of the employee's duty. Employees shall put forth the honest effort of the performance of the duties. Employees shall not know making unauthorized comments or promise any kind of perpetrating the government. Employees shall not use public offices for private gain. Employees shall not, particularly not preferring treatment to any of the private organization individual. Employees shall converse federal property and shall not use it for other authorized activities. J. Employees shall not engage outside employment activities, including seeking, negotiating for employment that conflict with the official government duties and responsibilities. Employees shall disclose waste, fraud, abuse, corruption, and appropriate authorities. L. Employees shall satisfy good rather than obligation citizens, including the financial obligation especially those of federal, state, local taxes imposed by law. M. The employees shall be the law regulations they prove an equal opportunity American regardless of the race, color, religion, sex, national origin, handicap. Employees endeavor in void of the creating the appearance of the violation of law. Ethical set of the standard ethical conduct, particular circumstances appearance with the standard having the violated determined perspective responsible for knowledge of the relevant facts completely. The ethicals is available. Official Army General Counsel, ethical officials. Ethical and official headquarters of the Army hqda.army.mil-ogc-enf ethical and official at HTM. Click ethical links. Title 5 of the Code Federal Regulation Part 2635 Standards of Ethical Conduct Employees of the Executive Branch Joint Ethical the USAGE Gov Law Regulations Title Folder that's www. Joint Ethical Regulations, JRDUD 5500.7R. Be smart. If you have any ethical questions, contact the legal office of the ethical counselor before you act on the contact of TRADOC ethic counselors or be smart at ethical contacts. Contact the legal office of ethical officers before you act on contact the TRADOC ethics counselor or at Monterey TRADOC's Conos Army.mil. TRADOC mail to Monroe TRADOC CS Conos.Army.mil. Telephone number 757-788-2302. DSN 680. Mailing address headquarters TRADOC OSAGA H. Bernard Road, Building 10 Suite 319, Fort Monroe, Virginia 23651. Awarding decorations of the Army. Personal decorations awards are confirmed to the individual his or her heroism specified in gallantry or meritorious servicing during military and military feats. These acts of heroism must be notable with the individual risk of life, expeditionary, individual part of the comrades. Some decorations are ranged in the degree of the value or achievement of the described in hours. The Medal of Honor is the highest, most recent, rarely awarded decretion of the U.S. medal is awarded conspicuously gallantry, intrepidity at the risk of his or her own life be on the call of duty which engaged in action against the enemy. The U.S. commended Medal of Honor as must take while engaged in action must hostile forces engage in military operations involving conflicts without opposing forward and service while friendly forces engage in the armed conflict opposed against opening the force of the U.S. is not the belligerent party. Distinguished service of the cross awarded the personnel who serve in the capacity of the Army distinguish himself and him or herself as an extraordinary heroism justifying the award of the Medal of Honor condemning the Distinguished Service Cross across the May must take place when engaged in action against the enemy, when engaged in military operations involving conflict with opposing foreign services, when solving friendly foreign forces engaged in army conflict against the army or forces in the U.S. not in belligerent. The Purple Heart is awarded for serving in a capacity as a member of the United States forces were killed or wounded, requiring treatment of the medical officers in action against the enemy's U.S. command. Purple Heart action this must take as a result of the wound caused by enemies opposing the armed forces as a result of the military inflicted the captors which have the prisoner by captors which have been prisoners of war. Collective citations are made to the operating unit outstanding performing the inside the outside of the U.S. It is worn only the person of the members of the unit during the action of the period specified by the award. Commentaries campaign. Several medals are issued to soldiers who have particular campaigns, periods of service which medical authorized. The goal: a good conduct medal recognized enlisted men and women and men who had served exemplary behavior, efficient fidelity of other federal military service. Qualification period of service includes each 3 year completed in August 27th August on or after 27th of August 1940 for the first award of the upon termination services June 1927 to 1950 for the last 3 years, but more than one first awarded for the termination service of one or after the June 27, 1950, add less than one year final separation by the reason of physical disability, including the line of duty. For the first awarded only for the individuals who died before completing 1 year active federal military service and death according to the line of work. The following disqualification rules observed: confliction of the court-martial terminates a period of qualifying services. A period now following the after completion sentence imposed by the court-martial individual retention is not merited upon support standards and prescribed Army Regulation 604-10, paragraph 10.2.1, whom early enlistment have been approved the provisions of the Army Regulation 601-280, Chapter 6, and not eligible for the award. Disqualification, determination of the unit commander. The statement is irrational or his or her decision. The statement is a period disqualification will refer to the individual disqualifying of the award. Good conduct medal occurring at a time during the qualifying, for example, when the manner of performance efficiency declines marksmanship badge, an award of the individual qualifying because of demonstrated some of the proficiency of the skill. Marksmanship badges are worn to indicate the individual process specific weapons, rifles during specified competition matches and practice exercises. Marksmanship trophies awarded various levels of include the U.S. International Distinguished Shooters Competition, the U.S. Army Rifle Pistol Championships, National Tribe Trophies Rifle Pistol Championship, Inter-Service Rifle Pistols matches, Combat Exercise Division Contest. Finally, 320, terrorism. In 1991, the one soldier killed in Panama Drive, the shooting one-fourth of the sergeant, killed in an entry of the Korea apartment house. In 1992, they killed in an ambush on the Panama. Personal animosity did not call these things. The soldiers were killed simply because they were American military personnel. As a symbol of U.S. power, the soldiers always asked to risk criminal terrorists to the level and type of the threat. They vary place to place, time to time. You can do several things to make sure yourself the target of criminal terrorists. Practice the principle all times wear below will be better and prepared, and when you're living and working in an elevated threatening environment, these principles are known and threaten your area. Be especially cautious in the crime area within the history of the territories. So activity, the routine practice crime prevention measures. Be in conspicuous. Do not call attention by yourself dressing in an action such as taking a loud or large flashing sums of money. Involve family. Do not involve your family in security. Good personal security covers the security at work, at home, and while we're traveling. And ensure family members know the other members at the time. Ensure that they do not give any personal information such as phone numbers while the parents or other places and other places to stranger. And answer the phone, hello, never give the name until the caller identifies him or herself. And ensure the family members know the emergency phone numbers, police, fire, or medical. When the traveling, do not discuss your work and the strangers. Do not no one on the bus or airplane and the train needs to know that the soldier. Do not use the language, wear clothing, and the accessory identifying the soldier. Do not work and drive in insulated high-air crime areas. Avoid in the public demonstration. Know where there are safe areas, police station, military installations. 14. All conspicuous activities include the surveillance proper authorities, chain of command, security officers, policies. Do not confront the suspicious territories. Above all, stay alert. If something is wrong, it might well and must be a set. Attacks of the U.S. military personnel occur when off-duty. When traveling personnel do not follow the security practices. Remember, there is no honor becoming a victim of the criminal or terrorist attacks, so practice personal protection, keeping yourself and your family becoming a victim. Chapter 4, the buddy system.